Hi everyone, this is Suzanne the Beauty Shaman, and I'm coming to you today to talk about Deck of Scarlet Part 2. Okay, I did a video last week, which you can check out, and it's where I do a review of the product, basically. And I want to share a little bit about it so you know what I'm talking about if you haven't seen the first video. And I'm going to show today a way to use some of the other lipsticks in this. Lipstick. But basically, Deck of Scarlet, I'm going to show you how it comes. It comes like this. Super cool. I love this. I think this is beautiful. Deck of Scarlet is a subscription-based makeup service. So you sign up for it, and then every 2 months you get a new palette in the mail for $29.95. It's really cool, but you pay the $29.95 every other month. So that's how they work it. The palettes have 3 eyeshadows, a blush, a highlighter, which is the same size as the blush, and 2 lipsticks. So last week I showed how to use the it's like a plummy cherry color, really beautiful, very luscious, creamy lipstick. So, and on this one, I wanted to show how to use the other one. So I'll show you which one we're going to go over today, so you get an idea. You can kind of see where I've dipped in a bit. That's what we did last week. So if you want to see how to use that one, do check the last week's out. This is this week. It's called Astro. So Astro is kind of a brownie gray, a touch of gray, which is really, really super pretty. But it can be challenging to wear when you're older because you need color when you're older. And to go super neutral when you're older, it's a little bit hard. So I want to show how to use it because you can. It's very useful, but I do want to show you. And on different skin colors, what that would look like. And these are the different eyeshadows. Very, very usable. And the blushes, okay? Blush and highlight. It also comes with a really cool eyeliner pen, like liquid pen. Pen's like the really fine tip. Look at that tip. I'm very excited about that tip because I don't like thick eyeliner looks. I want to be able to build it myself. Plus, women over 40, which most of you in my audience are over 40, really thick lines does not flatter our face as we get older. So I'm going to show you how to blend that out because this is it's a really good liner, a really good liquid liner. I'm really excited about this. Okay, so that's Deck of Scarlet. I do recommend you go to their website. It was created, this particular palette was created by a YouTuber. They work with YouTubers, by Nikkia Joy. Nikkia Joy came up with this. You can go down in the credits and link to her site, her YouTube. So she did a great job, obviously. These are beautiful colors. So do check her out. But it's cruelty-free, paraben-free, free shipping. But it is subscription-based, but you can cancel at any time. It's not like stinking Comcast. Sorry, stinking Comcast. You can also get 10% off if you want to start this subscription by using the code GRAY, G-R-A-Y, on their website. Okay, enough said. Let's go to it. All right, so let's start with the lipstick because on this one, because I'm using such a neutral color. Well, it's a bit gray, actually. It's not totally neutral. I shouldn't say that. But such a gray lipstick. I really, really don't want sorry, I'm thinking while I'm talking here. I don't want to look washed out. Okay, and I have very little makeup on right now. I have a little mascara, a little bit of bronzer. So I'm kind of concerned. But I'm not concerned, actually. I know how to work with this, and I want to teach you how to do it because I think this is a great palette. This is January, February palette. March and April will come out then. Okay. All right, so let's just try this on, the Astro. Okay, when I first put it on, I think it's going to be gray. Look how gray that is. And of course, I wore a little bit of like a blue-gray shirt because I wanted to show how this works. So, you look a little like death when you first put it on. Now, if you have a lot of color in your skin, if you're darker complected than me, I'm super whitey, you're going to flip over this because it's so perfect for darker skin. But whiteys can wear it too. All right, so I'm going to take Spice, which is a pinky brown color because this is very like, I look cold, right? Or like I'm dead. We're going to take Spice, pinky brown. Very nice neutral from MAC. One of my staple colors. And I'm just going to use it as a lip liner. And I'm going to kind of blend it in with the lipstick. Just a bit. And what happens, see that warmed it up, made it a little bit more, not quite as gray. I took the gray out, which I think is important if you're super white. Again, darker skin, probably wear the gray a little bit better. But you can always change a lipstick with the lip liner. However you want. I mean, it's a free world, right? You can put any color you want with this stuff, and it's always going to alter it. So that's why it's fun to get these in the mail, because you can go, oh, how can I use that, right? So definitely try this with a lip liner that doesn't match, that warms it up slightly, and you'll get rid of that gray tint. Okay, now we're going to do a little bit of blush, and then I'll go on to the eyes. So this is it's a really beautiful plummy blush. Again, darker complexions, just go to town. This is fabulous. Whiteys, go a little easy on it because it's got a lot of pigment. It's a really strong color. So I'm going to just dabbed it. And I'm going to dab a little on my hand because I want to be careful. But that's really beautiful. And you need blush. If you're going with a more kind of like this now is turning more brownie, okay? Because of the lip liner. So if you are, if you have that brownie, you need a little pop color on your cheek, okay? Because as we get older, the color in our skin kind of goes down. It just happens, okay? So this is the way you combat that. Okay, so let's do some eyes. Let's do eyes. All right, so we're going to use Aurora, the lovely, pretty golden color, which I think is gorgeous. I'm going to do on my brow bone. Very nice. Do a little bit on my inner eye, just to pop them out a bit. Let me know your questions about eye makeup. I'd love to do more to really teach you what you'd like to know about eye makeup, because it all really does depend on your eye. If you have small lids, it's really important to make them lighter and then the liner darker. If you have big lids, you want to do more of a color on the lid. But on small lids like mine, you kind of want to keep your lid really light, and that's what really makes your eye jump out. Okay, now I'm going to do the liner next, and then I'll show you why I'm going to do that. But here you go. Here's the lovely, my focus can get this, really small, cool little line. Okay, so now I'm going to go right next to my lashes. I'm basically going to lay this between my lash and my skin. And schmutz it a little because that's just what we have to do. Sometimes this can be challenging, but see, I'm just sort of laying it on there, and I'm not going for a really thick line, going for a thin line. Okay, I've kind of gone off the line there a little bit. It's all right. I'm going to soften this line down with some eyeshadow. So it doesn't matter if I don't get it perfect, which I did not. We can't be perfect all the time. Right? Okay, so I've made that outer edge thicker to go along with that. Okay, that's I didn't do a great job on that one. It's all right. I'll show you what to do. Okay, let's do the other one. Right next to usually one eye is easier to do than the other because of our eyesight and if you're right or left-handed and all that. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm trying to match it as best I can here. The reason why I like this next to your lashes is it gives density, and that makes your eyes pop out. Okay, so they're not perfect and even, and I'm not worried about that, and I'll explain that why. It's because we're going to take Space, which is a lovely gray color. Okay, and I'm going to run Space over the top. Just kind of combing it up. See, it's just softened that whole line right down. You can basically do any color on top of another color. On the first video, I used the Gravity, which is a much darker charcoal. On this one, I'm using the other one because I just want it to be soft. But see, isn't that pretty? And it just softens that line down, which is what I'm looking at here. I really don't want this to be a strong line. If you've seen my videos, for older women, I think it's really important that we don't have heavy lines on our face, like makeup wise, because we're trying to soften everything, right? Because everything's kind of going a little droopy and we want to lift it up and we want to soften it, okay? So that's what we're doing. Eyeliner can do huge things for your eyes, right? Like look how much of a difference this has made just on the top lash. So I think that looks really amazing actually, but it has a softness to it. So I'm going to use the same color underneath. Now I don't do a lot underneath eyes. I don't put mascara typically, and the reason is I work in television. So if someone sits in front of a camera and they sweat, then it's going to, mascara or anything has the potential to run. So I don't tend to do a lot underneath women's eyes on camera, depending on how hot the studio is. So, and even on just everyday makeup, I don't do a lot because I don't know if you're like me, but it just ends up smudging. So I'm just using a tiny bit in the outer edge. That's all that is. I think that's totally great. Okay, I'm going to take the space. All I'm going to do is do just a little bit on the outer edge. And look, I'm using motion to bring it in. There you go. And it just makes my eyes look bigger because you're coloring in that edge. You're darkening it. Darkness recedes, the light pops it out. So, laws of painting, if you've ever painted. So that's nice. So I'm just kind of softly blended, and I just sort of blend it up a little bit. Not a lot. I mean, we're really going for subtle because I've definitely done a strong liner. So when you do a really strong liner, sometimes it's good to go soft on everything else, not make it super dark. So I think that looks great. That's really pretty. Now we've also got Stardust, which is the highlighter. So be careful with highlighter not to use it around your eyes. I taught that in the first video too, because we have fine lines and circles. You just, you don't want to, mica sits in those, right? And mica is the frosty bit in highlighter. So what I'm going to do is just put this kind of on my cheekbone. And you can kind of pull it down, go up there. That's pretty. Don't do a lot, okay? Unless you're like going to a discotheque. Child of the 80s, what can I say? Okay, I like that. I think that's really pretty, and it works with that lipstick. I think that's really nice. You could also wear this with an outfit to sort of match. Like I could go with a wine-colored outfit. I chose to go kind of lighter, but I think that it works, right? So this is a really usable palette. It's a great palette. I think it's a really great marketing idea from Deck of Scarlet. You get 10% off with the coupon code GRAY, G-R-A-Y, so please use that if you're interested. Thank you very much. Please put any comments or suggestions or any other material you'd like me to cover in the comment section. So thank you for watching. This is Suzanne, the Beauty Shaman.